Hiya, I'm Paula from Chic Emporium, and today we are going to do this amazing project of a bed. I've never done a bed before, and it's quite a cool one, and it's taken quite a lot of preparation because somebody has put a lot of varnish on it, so we've spent a lot of time scraping and sanding and trying to clean it up, so it looks a lot better already actually. And I'm going to be showing you these wonderful IOD, which stands for Iron Orchid Designs transfers, on the bed. But first of all, we're going to use vintage rocks. I've got quite a bit of this left over from my previous project, Songbird, and that's the kind of colour we're looking at. And then I'm going to use some cream colour called Flaxen as well, and we're going to use this new product, Instant Decay, around some of the grooves and end bits of the bedstead as well. So it's all quite exciting. I've obviously got to use wax to use that with. First thing we've got to do is get some of the main colour on, so that's what we're going to do, and then I'll come back when we get to the more decorative stage and show you how we're going to do that. Okay. Right, so we've painted the whole thing in a solid colour, and it was really good coverage, partly because it had a coat of the original paint underneath, which I think acted as primer. It feels lovely now. So we've used a ruler, literally drawn each side of the ruler to checker off this section and this section here. And then painted by hand the squares. Now I did it fairly carefully but not perfectly, and then I'm using 120 grit sandpaper, you can see hardly putting any pressure on at all, just to scuff it up a bit, and what it's doing is bringing through some of the bluey colour from underneath, making it look nice and shabby. Quite like it. So we only did one coat of the Flaxen cream, and I'm just going to finish this bit. So I'm just going to carry on down there, and then we're going to move on to the IOD transfer. Now as you can see, this is how it arrives, with two bits of a backing and this bit. And what we're going to need to do is take the backing off and place it where we want it. And I'm going to show you how to do that when I get to there. But for now, we're not going to use all of this stencil on this. It doesn't fit for a start. So we're going to cut it up and use some of the bits of it, the top and the bottom, on the bottom of the bed, so that it will tie it all in together. So what we'll literally do is just use scissors to cut out the bits that we're going to put to one side and what we're left with. So once we get to the stage of actually transferring that, I'll show you how you do it. Okay. Right, so I have cut off the top and the bottom of what came with this IOD and taken it off, just literally peeled them apart and placed it down. It's not sticky at all, just plasticky. And I have taped into place top and bottom here. Now I haven't actually tried one of these that goes round bends and corners as this does. So I'm going to show you what to do with this, but it's going to probably take two of us holding it in place while the other one rubs, so I won't be able to film all of it, but I will show you what you need to do. It comes with a kind of stick, some are plastic, some are a bit woodeny, and I've tried this, and the best way to reveal or push through, rub through, is to try and keep the angle of the stick quite low, so not like that, more like that, and then just repeatedly rub over your transfer, and I can show you in a minute what this is doing. So it doesn't look like much is happening, I know, but you can test it. So you can unpeel your, and you can see that little bit there still needs to go on, but the rest has actually transferred. So I can just lay it back down, rub over that bit, and now it's sticking. So the bits here and here where I haven't rubbed still need to go, so again push it back down, and it's that process. It's quite quick really, but it is that process of carefully, I can't just rip the thing off, I have got to carefully look at what needs rubbing down. Okay, so I shall continue throughout in the same way, and literally be holding in place the bits that go down to try and get it down. So I'll show you what it looks like when we're finished. Okay, thank you. Hiya, good morning, new day. So yesterday we finished, we finished doing all of the transfer. I think you'll agree it looks pretty cool. We've kept the bits that we cut outside to put on the other end. This morning I've come straight in and given the whole piece, back and front, a cover of finishing cream to protect it because it's going to be a hard wearing item. Obviously beds get banged and knocked all the time, so I've used the finishing cream first. I'm now using Buzzwax just around these areas here because I want to add some of the instant decay, and we need some wet wax for it to activate and do its stuff. So I'm going to carry on going around the edge here and work some wax into the grooves here, and then I'll show you how we apply the instant decay, which will be a really fun bit. Right, so I've started with the dust, and what I've done is decanted some of it into the lid. It really is less is more, and I've got this bit of paper here to get rid of any excess, and then I'm just working it into the corners. This is on top of the areas that I've already waxed, so I'm just sweeping along quite randomly. It looks a bit messy at this point, but that's absolutely fine. So I'm just really digging it into the wax like that, and then I use my rag with a bit of clear wax over the top just to blend it in. Now, I didn't want this piece to look too grungy. I wanted it to look aged and have some sort of dimension, which I think the dark has helped have, and we've added it to the grooves all around, and I particularly like the look of it around the top of the headboard. So this piece is pretty much finished now. Obviously the wax needs to go off and go hard, and then the dust will be fine in there. And then we've obviously got to start the process all over again with the other headboard. So I will come back and show you what the whole finished piece looks like when we're done, but you don't really need to watch us do the other piece because it will be done in exactly the same way. So I'll see you in a bit.
You're being filmed. Noodly, you're going to carry on rustling? Yes.
Like the second you pick the camera up. Shh, right, so we've finished our project. Really pleased with it. Look at that, one transfer has done all of that. So cutting it up and using it in different sections has been a real bargain and way of using it to its full potential. I love the squares, I love the distressed, and I love the instant decay in the areas. It's going to make somebody a very, very special bed. We do actually have the sides, which I've got to paint as well, and the slats. So when it's all finished and on display, it will look amazing in my shop, I think. Thank you very much for watching. My dog is trying to kill his cuddly toy. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.